Okay, so hi again. My name is Christine, or you can call me CS Lives, and welcome to another episode of By Hook or By Crook. So, I think this is the first time I'm on video. It's a little nerve wracking. Kind of actually wish I couldn't see myself. I'm not a huge fan of it. But, anyways, I will try not to look at my image too much so I don't make myself nervous. But so the last time we spoke about a lot of different things, a lot of different topics. And I was trying to figure out what should be the next thing that we talk about. And I briefly touched on the topic of being honest with yourself. And I think that that is actually super important. And it's something that we often don't do inadvertently. We don't mean to lie to ourselves. Obviously, no one wants to lie to themselves, but it's just something that just naturally happens without us meaning to. And it really comes to mind, and I think I recognized how important it was when I began exercising and doing it for reasons beyond wanting to look good. So, to give a little background, I have been consistently working out since I was, I think, 19, 35 now. So it's been 16 years. Um, 19-year-old working out. I've got into it because I wanted to look amazing. I wanted to have a great body. But it's been 16 years, and over 16 years, that desire for that attractive body. I mean, it's still there, but it's no longer the motivation. Um, at some point, the motivation became I feel invincible when I work out. I am highly into weightlifting and pushing myself to my limits in that regards, doing things that, just to be honest here, most people can't do, whether male or female, but definitely harder for women to do than for men. And it makes me feel so accomplished. Not that I'm competing with anybody else, but knowing that I can do things that are really difficult to do makes me feel accomplished, and it shows me that I can carry the same kind of energy to other parts of my life. And I've never needed a trainer because I'm honest with myself. Um, because I think trainers are great and they're motivating, and some people need that they need that push from someone external. But I have that internal push. I got lucky somehow, whether it's the way I grew up or was raised or genetics, I don't know. But I have that internal push and that internal, for the most part, honesty where I want to do my best. And I try to be honest with myself about where my best is. And I say this to use exercise as an example. So if I'm lifting, I don't have a certain number of reps as my goal. I have a certain range in mind because you know that this is the range where you optimize muscle growth. So the range in mind is somewhere between 4, 6 to 10. So if I'm doing 2 reps, I know that the weight is too heavy. If I'm doing 15 reps, then I know the weight is too light. And that's just me. I'm not here to debate exercise specifically with people because there's a lot of strong opinions out there about what you should or shouldn't be doing. But that's essentially my goal. I have a range, and my range is 4 or 6 to about 10. But I don't stop at 10. Like, let's say I'm lifting a certain weight, and over the weeks I've progressed from being able to do 6 or 8 reps, and now I'm getting to 10. I don't just go, oh, that's great, I got to 10, I've accomplished my goal, I'm done. No, because the only person who gets cheated when I get to 10 and it's getting easy and I could do more but I don't, the only person getting cheated is me. Because I am not being honest with myself that 10 is now easy, 10 is no longer challenging me, and it's no longer pushing me to grow, literally pushing my muscles to grow. So my rule of thumb is, and if you disagree with me, That's fine. It works for me. My rule of thumb is my last rep needs to be a half a rep, because that's how I know I've truly gotten to my limit. And that's how I know I'm truly being honest with myself and saying, I can't push out another rep. So if I'm getting to 10 and I could do 10 and a half and that last half is torture, then that's good. But if I could get to 10 and it's easy and I could really do 11 and I am cheating myself. And some people out there may be thinking, well, what's the big deal? You did 10 reps. It's a great weight. Let's say we're doing bicep curls. Let's say I'm doing 30-pound bicep curls and I got to 10 reps. And they're like, that's freaking amazing. Not a whole lot of people can do that. Well, that is true, but I can. And if I'm being honest with myself that I can and I don't do it, then I'm cheating myself. But in being honest with yourself, you also need to recognize that your limit changes day to day. So some days I may be able to do 10 reps and other days I may have not gotten enough rest or enough quality nutrition or whatever the case may be, and I'm not able even to get to 10, even though I did it the previous 5 or 6 weeks. But that week I can only get to 7 or 8. As long as I am honest with myself and that is truly my limit, then that's okay. I'm not hard on myself. I'm not telling myself that I should have done more. I should have gotten to 10. I'm a failure or anything of that nature. No. And this is why I don't think that I've needed a trainer over the years, is because I truly am wanting myself to do my absolute best for me, because I'm the one benefiting when I do my best. And I also try to genuinely be honest with myself about what my best is, and my best changes day to day. Now, I've used exercise here as an example, and if you don't work out and it means nothing to you, then I hope this wasn't a complete waste of your time. But the point of it is that when you are honest with yourself, you're the one who benefits. Because you know how much you can push yourself. You also know when to stop pushing yourself, because you've truly actually reached your limit. You are compassionate with yourself when that limit is reached, even though you hoped for more and you were expecting more, but you've practiced being honest with yourself, and so now you know that you've reached a limit, and that's it. That's it. You've done your best. Even if your best is not your goal, there's not a single thing you can do about it. Not today anyways. Maybe tomorrow it'll change, or next week, but not today. And a lot of people refuse to see the truth about certain situations. Now I'm going to move away from exercise. They refuse to see the truth about certain situations because it puts the responsibility on them and how it works out and the outcomes. So if I am in a high tension moment with someone who is important to me, and things are maybe starting to escalate, whether that person is upset, I am upset, and I'm feeling that desire to just tear them apart, because I'm good at that. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's the Scorpio in me, I don't know if it's the Jersey in me, but I could tear someone apart with my words. And I say it proudly. I shouldn't, because I've done some serious damage. I've hurt people and I've hurt our relationships, and so I shouldn't. But I think I say it proudly because it's taken a lot to rein that in, to not do that. And that's where I'm trying to say that it's important to be honest with myself. So if somebody has just pushed my buttons, and I try to be patient, and actually, to be honest, I have a problem with not speaking up about my boundaries consistently. And so I say nothing, and then I explode. And that's what I'm trying to work on, because I know that that explosion causes serious damage, and it could have been averted if I had just been vocal about my needs and my boundaries, all along instead of waiting till I got to that point. But for whatever reason, let's say I did not practice that. I did not express myself. I did not vent slowly over time. And I say vent, I mean really just to vocalize in a respectful way my needs. But that releases. That's why I'm saying it's a vent. And I've gotten to the point with somebody, and now the situation has escalated to where I'm done. I've taken all that I can from them, and I'm ready to explode. And you know that feeling. If you're like me, you know that feeling. It's that feeling. It literally feels like something's bubbling up inside of you. And if you don't say it, you're going to scream it. But I've recognized that if I'm being honest with myself, that's on me. The reason that I'm at this point is on me. And how I handle this point is also on me. Because the reason that we've gotten this far to where the situation is this stressful for me is because I have not communicated. Most of the time, I actually cannot think of a single scenario where I have regularly and consistently vocalized my needs and still gotten to this point. Not a single scenario comes to mind. I can think of plenty of scenarios where I did not vocalize my needs and my boundaries, and I let things escalate to the point where I am about to explode. But, okay, so I dropped the ball. I didn't advocate for myself, and now here we are. Okay, that still does not make it okay for me to explode. And I don't mean that because, I shouldn't explode on people. Well, yeah, I shouldn't explode on people. But I mean, if I'm going to be honest with myself, if this person's important to me, and that's why we've even interacted through all of these situations where they have pushed my buttons, it means that they are important to me, whether they are important because I am stuck dealing with them and will be stuck dealing with them, or because they are someone that I want to keep in my life. So I've genuinely, voluntarily chosen to keep them in my life. Either way, here we are, and how I handle it is up to me. I can't put the blame on them. This is what you did over the last few months, and this is why I'm so angry now, and I'm gonna explode on you, and it's okay because you did this, this, and this. No, that's on me. That's on me. And I can go ahead and explode, and that's an option for me. But when that relationship deteriorates, then I have to again be honest with myself and take responsibility for that, because I'm the one that chose to explode on the person, to disrespect them, or to tear them apart, whatever you want to call it. All of the choices that led up to that moment and to that event, I had a part in, and I need to take responsibility for that. And that's, again, me just being honest with myself. But it's hard, and what really would have worked better is to be honest with myself all along. And I could actually think of a specific scenario right now that I am actively living, where there is someone in my life that I am stuck with. This isn't someone that I had voluntarily chosen to keep in my life. This is someone that is in my life because that's the way the circumstances worked out. And they will continue to be in my life because that is the way the circumstances have worked out. Now, this person has taken advantage of me financially in a certain way. And we struggle to communicate in a way that is effective for each of us. There's many reasons for that. I don't want to get into all the details, but there's a particular situation right now where I'm feeling financially taken advantage of again and being treated unfairly. And I am not having the courage to try to approach the person in a respectful way to talk about this situation, because I am worried that once again, the communication is going to break down. So this is just me being honest. I'm not advising you here. Me just being honest with myself that there is a situation that is bothering me and I am not handling it well. If I'm going to be honest, I am not handling it well. I wish I had the courage to end this recording, to call up this person and be like, this is what the situation is. This is how I feel. This is what I think would be fair. What do you think? But I don't have the courage to do that. And it's actually something that I've put a lot of thought into, because I don't want to be a coward, and I'm being a coward here. I don't want to be a coward. I don't want to not advocate for myself. I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want to fear communication. And yet I haven't done it. And so I am a little bit disappointed in myself in that regards, that I am aware of what the situation is exactly, aware of my fears and the challenges emotionally that I'm dealing with in order to deal with the situation, and choosing to make choices that I actually really wish I was not choosing. What does all of this mean? I don't really know. I don't really know what to tell you. I'm just at least proud of myself for being honest with myself about what the situation is. I may not be handling it the way I would like, but all of that is on me, because there's a very good chance, who knows, maybe I approached a person, the communication goes great, the situation's resolved, and everything got built up into my head is nothing. So maybe what I'm trying to say is don't do as I say, because what I'm saying is what I don't even want to be doing. Just take, I guess, my situation as an example of maybe ways you could even do better than me. I've progressed enough to recognize consciously what the hiccups are in addressing the situation, but I have not progressed enough to overcome these hiccups now that I'm cognizant of them. But the importance of being honest with yourself, it's actually liberating. The lies are hard to maintain. Lying to yourself or to anybody else is hard to maintain. But being honest with yourself and going, yeah, I'm dropping the ball here. That's it. Like, I'm dropping the ball here. Maybe if there's a therapist listening to me, they'll be like, well, Christine, let's delve a little deeper into this. Why are you dropping the ball? And how can we stop you from dropping the ball? But at least for me, it feels liberating to at least get to this point where I am honest enough, instead of lying to myself and saying, well, it's all his fault because he's taken advantage of me this many times and he's just gonna do it again. All these excuses, they're exhausting. Are you not exhausted when you try to think about that? It's all his fault. He took advantage of me. He's the one that refuses to communicate. He's an asshole. I don't know what else to say. All of that puts responsibility on him, but it is exhausting. Really, truly, the responsibility is on me. And perhaps I will do better as time goes on. And I hope I will do better as time goes on. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you are honest with yourself, even if you're not 100% where you would like to be, at least being honest with yourself about where you are, how you got there, what you could do differently if you choose differently. There's power in that. There's liberation, there's freedom. Just starting to understand yourself is magical. I think that was why in the first show I said I'm perfect. Again, not literal. I have imperfections. I think I am imperfectly perfect. I don't know. I'm making up stuff now. I literally just listed one big imperfection about me, so please don't take it to mean that I literally think I'm perfect. I just think I'm freaking awesome. And if you disagree with me, then that's fine as well. The important thing is I think I'm awesome, because the only person that I have to deal with for the rest of my life is me. So, you like me, you don't like me, so be it. I was actually literally just having a conversation with a friend a couple of days ago, because we were talking about somebody who puts on facades often. And I guess is doing it to understand people and how people would react to him, and how he should behave and adjust his behavior so people act in a certain way. Or like him, I guess, or I'm not exactly sure. We're taking guesses here on what he does. And during the span of this conversation, we talked about how I've noticed people just have strong reactions to me. People love me or people hate me. There's very few people who just are neutral about me. I wish everybody loved me, but I can't say that. What I've just recognized is I just get strong reactions from people one way or the other. And it is, I think, because I'm not good at putting those facades on. And sometimes I really wish I was. Sometimes it really would come in handy to be able to, I guess, put on a show so that I could get a certain outcome that I want. I'm thinking of work. Really just thinking of work here. But I am not good at that. I am who I am. I kind of love who I am, and maybe that's why I don't want to put on a facade. I don't know. I try really hard to be a good person. Like it's actually really important to me. It's how I can go to sleep at night. I have a clear conscience. I'm a good person as far as I can tell. Obviously, I make mistakes and I hurt people. I'm not saying that I'm perfect in that regards at all, but I am trying to be a good person, I guess maybe is what I should be saying. I'm trying to be a good person, and that is important to me. And that is genuine. And some people don't, I think some people don't understand that. They think I'm like constantly lying about who I am, like constantly putting on a facade of being a genuinely good person. And I guess that would be irritating. If I thought somebody was doing that, I would be irritated by them. Like, they're fake. They're not actually a good person. They're fake being a good person. Yeah, that would piss me off. Who knows? Whatever. People have strong reactions to me. I hope you will continue to watch the show and that you have a positive, strong reaction to me. But I need ideas on what else to talk about. I don't know if I mentioned this the first time that we spoke, but I've just had different people ask me to do a podcast. I really enjoy talking to people. Like, if I just had a job, no, not a job, I don't like that. If I just had a way to just talk to people all day, that's like my dream life. Like, people are so fascinating. We're all a little crazy, but that's awesome. I love it. I'm a little crazy. You all are a little crazy. We're all just fucked up by the world, and it's true. It's also super interesting. So I find people just to be super fascinating. I love talking to them. I love understanding where they're coming from, and I've been told I have a unique perspective on things. And so I think that's maybe why people ask me to have a podcast, is that they've come to me with maybe problems, and I had a unique outlook on how to address them. So if you are watching this or listening to this, and there's anything that you'd like to talk about, let me know. I have ideas on pretty much a little bit of everything. Like I said, I'm an avid reader. Whether it's books or just online articles, I'm constantly just absorbing information, and since I love talking to people, I'm absorbing information from that route as well. But yeah, let me know. I feel like today was a lot. It was a lot. So take it in and let me know how it goes. All right, I'll talk to you next time.